Also, one of our big stories this morning, environmental activists up in arms down in the Western Cape. It's over plans to mine a 15-kilometre stretch of beach that is said to have a very significant meaning to those communities in the area. This has all got to do with an application, a prospecting application submitted by Nekwana Trading Enterprise. It's essentially going to result in about 15 kilometres being dug up along the beaches in the Western Cape Salt River mouth area. So let's find out exactly what the issue is here. And opposition to the application, joined by Mike Schlebach, is from Protect the West Coast. Mike, good morning to you. Help me understand, first of all, the significance of the land. We'll talk about the fight against it in a second, but good morning. What's the significance of this stretch of land?
Good morning. This particular stretch of land is pretty much the last piece of coastline, that stretch of the whole stretch of coastline from Cape Town all the way up to the Orange River that has been left untouched by the mining industry. The mining industry basically have had carte blanche over the West Coast for the last 100 years. And, the stretch of coastline in question is, rich in biodiversity, it's rich in culture, and it's one of the last remaining unspoilt areas on the coast.
So when I talk about a deeply spiritual for local communities as one of the write-ups I saw ahead of us discussing, just add some more meat to the bone there for me. I imagine there's religious groups, cultural groups, which have obviously been calling this area home for a long time, from what I can see.
Well, no, it's very much, there are no sort of towns or communities that live around it. It's really just the fact that there's a bunch of, old middens and other elements, cultural elements that are on that coastline that have been there, since the San and Khoisan peoples first walked those areas, and again, it's more the fact that there's no other part of the coastline that's been left left untouched, and we just feel like it's an area that should remain for the public to use and remain with all its cultural relevance.
Can you help me understand from the other side of this discussion what the plan would be from Nekwana Trading Enterprise? What do they plan to do? Are they digging up the beaches? Are they putting pipes into the water? Are they drilling for oil? I'm trying to get a sense of what kind of damage potentially they could cause, which is why I imagine you're so opposed to it.
Yeah, so for us, it's not really the fact that it's Nekwana Trading that is applying for this permit. Currently I think there are about 60 or 70 new prospecting and mining applications up and down the coast, and Nekwana is just one of them. Historically, diamond mining companies they mine in the beach area and in the near shore area, and they dig up the beach, and historically they have been digging up the beach, and then they're supposed to rehabilitate when they're finished, but they don't, and that's a massive concern for us, because they on that specific stretch of 15-kilometre coastline, there are 3 applications. One is there are 2 diamond mining applications, one with Nekwana and a new one now with another diamond mining company called Richwell Diamonds, and then there's a minerals application as well. So it's all on the same stretch of coastline, and if all of those guys, all of these companies got their applications right, then unfortunately, that stretch of coastline is a goner.
Talk to me about the fight against this as the organisation Protect the West Coast. Are we at a legal point yet? Is this just garnering public support? Where are we in the fight against this?
Well, this particular application, I think, is, I stand to be corrected. We've seen an avalanche of applications in the last 3 years, and it's incredibly difficult to keep up with them. But this particular one, I think, is they're looking for comments and engagement from the public, and I think the other two as well are in the same space.
And how do you plan to fight this?
Well, so we're just going to engage. We're going to provide comments, and when the time comes, what we've learned over the last few years is that the Department of Minerals and Energy, as well as the Department of Environment, who are responsible for approving these applications and then providing oversight of them, seem to be just approving these applications ad hoc. And so we're trying desperately to stop these applications from being approved because when you look at the accumulative impacts of all of these applications together, we could see a scenario in the next 10 years where you've got one big beach mining open pit from Cape Town all the way to the Orange River, and all the other industries that have a home on the West Coast, like tourism and agriculture, and then the cultural elements, as well as there's a series of new and amazing industries like algae farming and kelp farming that could play a significant role in providing meaningful employment for the people of the West Coast, as well as being non-extractive, being circular, and allowing the West Coast to be used in a way that doesn't destroy it.
Mike, just in conclusion, as I say goodbye to you, is there a timeline on this? Do you have a number in mind? Are we talking weeks, months, years? And as you answer that, I imagine you would like people to get involved in your fight with this. What do they need to do? Where do they go? What do they get involved with?
Yeah, so we have a website, protectthewestcoast.org. People can join us. They can support us by supplying us with their information and email addresses, and then also we're constantly looking for funding to hold the government and mining companies to account. And you can donate there as well. Look, the process around these mining applications takes years. First, you've got to get a prospecting application approved by the government, and that can take a couple of years. And then if you find something under the ground, then you probably want to apply for a full-blown mining application, and that'll take another few years. So we've got time, but we need the resources to be able to, like I said, to take these guys on and make sure that everything's done properly.